Sahana vavatu sahana bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome everyone to the satsang of the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. Now we are going to continue our study circle on the Gita Vahini, the commentary by our Lord Sai on the Bhagavad Gita, the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. We shared with you the online version. We are going to start on page 35, chapter 8. And if you have a hard copy, it will be on page 65. So you got the message. So, by the way, last week was wonderful to have this Mahashivratri celebration all over the world, all parts of the many countries, in 1,000 centers or more. They had all-night celebration. So people who didn't have the opportunity to participate, so still we have available on the YouTube the 12-hour online SSIO, online Shivaratri Bhajan, which was painfully done, which shows the wonderful spectrum of the things done by the USA, Canada, and even South America, Latin America, Europeans, Australians. So I would suggest you can do more beautiful and more. Bhajans are wonderful, Shivaratri bhajans always, but it's the beautiful darshan. You feel our video and our IT and media people did such a good job. You feel as if you are sitting next to Swami. So a lot of people were touched by the beautiful darshan. So that itself is, people say, oh, I want to meditate. If you can meditate, watch it for 10 minutes. Actually, I was talking to Leonardo Guter. He is from Argentina. So I had to talk to him some official work on organization. What time is it? He says 10 o'clock or something last night. I said, what are you doing? Are you going to bed? No, my routine is in the evening. I just do some light meditation. Then he says he watches 10 minutes, this Shivaratri thing, the bhajans, 10 so I said, he's not that fond of bhajans. You don't bhajans that much. No, but the darshan is so beautiful. Just I feel like I'm with Swami. So like that, there is a good thing. And also we have...
There's one more. There's a comment itself, one person in the YouTube. He put it very beautifully. He said, this is so beautiful to meditate on. Every day I'm going to watch this one and then end my thing. That's how he said. So
Yesterday he said, so that's why I have people who don't, the treasures we have, sometimes we have the treasures at home. Swami says we don't appreciate it. Just I'm alerting you, please watch it and tell your friends and family. And also the celebrations we had last Friday night and Sai Prem Nilayam, so people who could not attend, participate, that also is available on the YouTube. So just that is a nice thing about YouTube, right? Neera, you can all just go there and watch it. Please, I would advise you just to enjoy the Swami's Darshan, Mahashivaratri Bhajans, and the various programs of the Rudram chanting and Abhishekam and all that. So that itself is how you are connected to God. And now we'll be starting on page 65. Just briefly, last week we talked about how Swami said, Lord Krishna, to Arjuna, hey, because Arjuna was confused, right? So because Lord Krishna said, I taught this Bhagavad Gita to the sun god. Sun god taught to Manu. Manu taught to Ichwaku. So then it went on. So he says there's Rama avatar itself much before Lord Krishna, and he is only few years older than Arjuna. How could that be? Yeah, the human mind always doubts. And as Lord Krishna says, Samshayatma vinashyati. Man with doubts will perish. So whereas Shraddhavan labate jnanam. The man with faith will have jnana, enlightenment. So then he says, hey, the confusion for you is yours is the karma janma. You are born because of your karma, whereas mine is lila janma, the one with the divine play. I came for a purpose. So you came because the karmas you did to finish off the karma, whereas when you take an avatar, because God is ultimately what? I told many times, is beyond name, beyond form, beyond attribute, time, space, and causation. Is nirguna, nirakara, niranjana, niramaya. So that which we cannot relate. So that God in his infinite love and compassion descends in a human form. That is why it's called avatar, and Sanskrit means descends. He descends. Why? For our ascent. So that we forgot our divine nature for that. So he says, yours is a karma janma, mine is a lila janma, to make you the uplift, to make you realize your divine nature. And second thing, we talked about two stories. He says, I am Chinmaya, you are Mrunmaya. That means we are made up of the five elements. There's earth, water, air, and fire, and space. Whereas God is Mrunmaya. That's why he says, what is his real form? Satchidananda, knowledge, existence, and bliss. So don't get confused with that. So, and actually beautifully, you go to chapter 4, sloka 9, it says, anybody who realizes Janma nature, my life, my leelas as divine, he won't be punarjanma navidyate, he won't be born again. He gave such an assurance, because most of us doubt he is a human. Actually, I will tell you. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoti tattvataha tvatya deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Punarjanma, there is not be born again, no more cycle and births. One who realizes that my Janma is divine, and all I do, my divine sports, they're all divine, because we think it is human. Human play, when they come in human form with Rama, Krishna, Shidi Baba, we get confused. They are human, but they are not. We should be constantly reminded of ourselves. That is another thing which we discussed. And the most practical, the last one we discussed, is why does Avatar come? To destroy the wicked and save the good people. That's what the translation is. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I came, so that is what all the commentators explain. Rama came and killed Ravana, Kumbhakarna, all the demons, and Lord Krishna came, got rid of all these Kauravas, Duryodhana, and all that. So Swami says that doesn't hold good in Kali age. If he has to kill everybody, because everybody has demonic qualities and divine quality in each of us. So he came to nurture the divine qualities and eliminate the demonic qualities, to transform our life. That is the beauty of this avatar, because it is not like in those avatars, the demons are like in Rama avatar, they were in a different country. One place is divine, Rama, and then the demons were in a different place. In the time of Krishna, they are in the same family. The cousins, one was Duryodhana, their cousins, they were demonic nature, and then Pandavas, they were dharmic. But in this Kali age, in each one of us, we have the good and bad. So God came to nurture the good and eliminate the bad. All of us can see how we were 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 10 years ago. Now, how he touched our heart and changed our life. So we have more joy, more peace. So that is the purpose of the avatar. So we talked about that is what, and what is this sadhu? That also definition we talked last week. We think the person who wakes akarob, yes, no doubt there are great people putting a stick and shave the head. So Swami beautifully says, Talalu bodula ina talapulu bodula. He says, you may shave your head, but your mind is still not in the right way. So important is not your external form, the wearing a akar robe. They are not the most important. How much divine qualities you have. And he says not only human beings, even animals can have it and they will be liberated. They gave the example of Jatayu, the bird. He was liberated. He did the final rites for that bird. Lord Rama, he didn't do his father. His father has not the good fortune. But this little bird who has so much love for Lord Rama, more important is love. So Lord Rama, breath last on his lap. So he gave the final rites. And same thing, I was there when Sai Gita, he was last days in Prashanti Nilayam. That day we are lucky to witness how Swami loved that elephant in the mid-sun, just for hours together, when it's sweating and all that. Swami stayed there and made sure all the arrangements for its samadhi and everything is done. And there is a great soul. That is why Swami says it is a liberated soul. So God's, and same thing with Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, loved that Lakshmi, that cows. So there are some, even animals, they can have the devotion. And there are people, human beings, you may have more demonic qualities. So it is important how you lead your life, whether it is animal or human, to lead the divine life. So that is what we talked about last time. So it is developing the divine qualities. Now you can, you have any comments about the last week, Nirupama? If not, we can start. Actually, in that way, I can tell about Lord Krishna also. He, he loved more than anybody that cows. That is why he is Gopala. So he's always loved not only cows, he loved even that mountain. So there's a Govardhana. So just their love goes not only human beings, but animated. We look at it, oh, this is inanimate, this animate. For them, everything they see the divine consciousness, divine love. That is the ultimate. Next, everything I talked about last week, Rudra Pashupatin Ayanar. So how in everything he saw the Lord Rudra. Like that, Lord Krishna, they were all examples how to see divinity in everything. Okay, Nirupama, you can continue.
Sairam. I'll start with just the sentence from last week's and then lead into this week's reading. The clothes one wears and the language one has on the tongue do not decide who is a sadhu and who is not. It is the guna that settles it. All animals have the potentiality to be good, so fostering goodness in all is the best means of ensuring the welfare of the world. Next, the punishment of the wicked. Those who transgress the limits set for each type or genus of animals, those who indulge in a karma, a nyaya.
Yeah, I know it may be this.
I didn't bring my glasses either.
Karma and anyaya.
Anyaya
means injustice. Telugu word more. Nyaya means justice. Anyaya means injustice. Karma and anyaya.
Anyaya. Anachara, and who roam about caught in the coils of ahamkara have to be punished. Those who have allowed rajaguna and tamoguna to predominate and sattva-guna to be extinguished in them, and who have thus lost all trace of daya, dharma, and dhanam, have to be punished. Thirdly, Krishna informed Arjuna that fostering of dharma is also his work. The word sadhu has another meaning important in this context. A sadhu is he who does not deviate from his duty, whatever the temptation and whatever the danger. The wicked revel in creating trouble for such men and indulging in acts contrary to the injunctions of the Shastras. What, then, is the establishment of Dharma? It is acting strictly according to the Dharma laid down in the Shastras, spreading among people the glory and splendor of a life lived in Dharma. Establishing reverence towards the Vedas and the Shastras, towards God and avatars and Paramapurushas, and the sadhana that leads to liberation and blessedness beyond this life. It is called Dharma Samstapana, Dharma Rakshana, or Dharmodharana. Whatever I do, it is all for this high purpose. Nothing is for my own advancement. Those who know this secret can escape birth and death, said Krishna. Should I stop there? I think there's a lot. One of the things that came to mind when I was reading this, in Puttaparthi and mainly in throughout the district, the Anandapur district, Bhagwan's done so many really wonderful things for the people there with the water project, with establishing schools where kids can get free education. That's also kind of has a basis in spiritual growth. And also the hospitals, which provide free medical care to the communities. Bhagwan's name is all over those things, but that's not really the reason that he did all this. It's really, his dharma was to bring all of this blessing and is to offer all of this to the people that were there. But then what he did is he inspired so many of his devotees to follow their own dharma of doing some sort of seva, whether it's, digging the ditch for the water or working in the hospital, people that even clean the floors of the hospital or teaching in the school. So he really illuminated that duty within all of us. I was just actually sitting back there and I was reading that quote that Bhagwan says, I've come to light the lamp of love in all of you. And this to me is very similar to that, where you have this Lord Krishna that also said, he came to bring Dharma and really help humanity follow this Dharma. And Bhagwan did that in such concrete ways, and really gave us that opportunity.
Here, I think here we were talking about Swami's mission. People, a lot of us are really touched by his miracles. People see the Vibhuti coming and Amrutam coming and having the cure of cancer, cure of the illnesses, many things. These are all miracles. So that is why the first book Howard Muffet wrote is Sai Baba, the man of miracles, because miracles happen. It is happened in every avatar. Even Jesus, awesome, and he made the blind see, deaf hear, lame walk, raise the dead to life. And Swami did the same thing. Many people, even Walter. There are many examples like Walter Cohen who died. So these are all the wonderful miracles. So because then you think, oh my God, this looks something not human. It is something superhuman or divine. But people get carried away by that. Swami says this is just a visiting cards, so that hey, there's something more. So these are called the visiting cards. We give it, just visit, but don't end there. That is why there are Swami said fourfold formula. Anybody knows that? First is chamatkar. All these miracles will happen. But if you end there, you are like primary school, you will be rest up. Next, you should go to just samskar, your transformation of your heart. That means get rid of the negativity, the anger, pride, jealousy, attachment, desires. And this is the transformation. And have the divine qualities, love, compassion, forgiveness, kindness. So that is samskar we need to have. Then once you do that, once we have transformation, what will you do? Paropkar. You think this body is to help people. That is why Swami established the education institution where primary to the tertiary education it is given free of cost, and where there is not only academic excellence but character development is emphasized. And then we have the education medical institutions where primary to the tertiary care, including cardiac surgery, and a lot of places all over the world now we have medical camps. Actually, for people who don't know, the end of March, like in just 10 days or 2 weeks from now, in 3 countries, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, we have our healthcare professionals. 65 of them are going and doing the medical services. And just I had a conference call with them this morning. And they are going because this unique thing is the only country Swami physically visited is omnipresent. Outside India is these 3 countries. In 1968, Tanzania, East Africa. I was wondering why did he go for all these? Could have we were inviting for America and Latin and Europe. Why did he go? Because that is the cradle of civilization. I learned that this is where the civilization started, is in the Africa. So that is why these medical camps are being done in these 3 countries, and this is what Swami showed, how you paropkar, this body is given to serve the people. So they are doing. And same thing, education institutions. Some of the people are coming from here to Kenya. We will visit some beautiful 2 schools in Kenya itself, Utiru School, Kisazu School, where how the free education is given to the local people, all Africans who will be happy to opportunity to visit. So how Swami made, he started an example. So everybody all over the world we have followed. We have got 39 schools, 28 institutions, all these things providing this value-based education. But when you're talking about service, he does that so that we follow his example. Finally, the purpose of all this is what? Final thing? Sakshatkar. This is all good, but final thing is you need to know who you are. We are divine. We forgot we think we are the body, mind, and intellect. So to realize we are that Atma, we are that embodiments of divine love. That is the whole purpose, he says. That is why he was telling, that is the reason he came to establish. That is why these 2 things go, establishment of Dharma and get rid of the wicked qualities and nurturing the divine qualities. So Swami is telling that is the whole purpose when avatar comes for dharma stapana and sadhu poshana. These are the things. So we need to practice that in our daily life. Actually, the people say, oh, they are, who is Rakshasa, you think? So actually, movies, Telugu movies, Indian movies, you see, Hindi, they said Rakshasa means they will show somebody who's dark with a little big teeth and big eyes and all that. But the demons could be the most handsome people. They actually say Ravana was one of the handsome guys, very well scholarly, knows Vedas, Shastras. What is your character that decides you are a demon or a thing? And somebody may not look good, like Ashtavakra. The very name Ashtavakra means he has got 8 curves. But the greatest jnani possible. So not the physical thing which determines how your character is. That is why if you want to know who is a demon, and we can verify ourselves whether we are demon and thing, go to chapter 16 Bhagavad Gita. The name of the chapter is called Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogam. That means a chapter which deals with who is demonic and divine qualities. First 3 slokas he talks about divine qualities. Who is divine? So he says, Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi. I won't tell, at least I'll tell highlights. First is fearlessness. If really you believe in God, first thing is fearless. Then some people are always for fear of losing health, fear of losing youth, fear of losing wealth, fear of losing name, fear of losing relatives, fear of losing, ultimately fear of losing life, that is death. Always fear, fear, fear. So really you have established that you're an Atma and your trust in God. First quality is abhayam, fearlessness. That is why this avatar is unique. Most of the avatars, you see, Abhaya Mudra, Varada Mudra. They say that one hand, you go to temples everywhere, one hand says fearless, another is Varada Mudra. They will give boons, whatever you want. But Swami is unique. He has double Abhaya Hasta. He says with both hands, he does like that. Be fearless. Why fear? And I'm here. So it's completely reassuring. So that is the thing. So first quality we should develop is abhayam. Like Swami Vivekananda used to emphasize that a lot. And sattva samshuddhi, always have purity of the heart. Dhanam damascha yajnascha, always giving charitable, be generous in giving your time, energy, resources to other people, share that. And swadhyayancha, always try to read some scriptures every day, the teachings of the Lord, teaching Vedas or Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutras, anything, just something which uplifts. Our mind is always goes in thinking low things. Instead of that, try to read the scriptures. Ahimsa, that means non-violence. Non-violence means, I know people think don't murder anybody, don't hurt. That is true. That is the lowest level. But higher is don't hurt by your words. Don't hurt people by your thoughts. Your thoughts should be noble. Words should be noble. That is a higher level. Non-violence, not only physical level, at the level of the words and at the level of the thoughts. And akrodham, that means not to have anger. So that is the quality of divine quality. Kshama, forbearance and forgiveness. And dhruti, that means always be courageous. You should not be timid. Oh, I can't do this, cannot do that. You should have that thing. You should have the courage. Adroha, never think of hurting somebody. So some people conniving, how to hurt that guy, scheming things. Adroha, you never should hurt anybody, thought, word, and deed. So Madhavam, always be gentle, courteous. Daya bhuteshu lolatvam, always be compassionate to not only fellow human beings, but all beings, animals, plants, nature, everything. So this goes on telling these are the qualities. If you have this, you think, yeah, I have divine qualities. Then what are the demonic qualities? Dambho, darpo, abhimanascha, krodha, parushyameva ajnanam chabidacha, partha, sampadam, asurim. Dambha, the one who ostentatious, put big banners. Swami used to tell, in Bengal, they have got Banerjees, Chatterjees, and Mukherjees. Swami says Banerjees means they put big banner, everything. See, we did this thing, and Chatterjee means they go on chattering. Oh, I did this, I did this. Don't you know I did this? But there are good people, Mukherjees, they say keep quiet and they don't do that like that. So the people always try to don't pomp and exhibitionism, that is the dambham. And that Pope cried, oh, I'm highly intellectual, I have so much money, I have so much power, I have name. And that is dambho dharpo. Abhimanascha, just thinking very attached to your things of the world. Parushyameva, very rude the way you talk or you behave. I know even sometimes in Sai organization also we find anywhere it happens without your knowledge. Parushyam, very harsh in dealing with people. Krodham, anger. Anger is a demonic quality. Ajnanam cha, that means ignorance of the truth. So we can verify, right? That is why I said every one of us has demonic qualities and divine qualities. Whenever we are angry, that time we are demons. Whenever we are rude, that means that time we are demons. Whenever you are pompous and show business, we are thing. When you have pride, anything. So we need to verify how much divine qualities. So slowly get rid of the demonic qualities and develop the divine qualities. That is the whole process of spirituality. So it clearly said. So people think demons are some special breed of people. So demons are, each one of us has both. And finally, to come to a stage, you come. That's why Swami avatars come to show us the example how to lead a divine life. So anybody has any, we are going on talking, anybody else has any comments and questions?
Sairam. Yeah. So here, akarma, anyayam is injustice. Akarma is inaction.
Right. Karma, that's why some of the translation, another translation, a couple of them, that's why so many things, we are doing some discourses of Swami given in Telugu, listening and translating. Some of them, they didn't do a good job. So akarma means actually inaction. So there are two ways to look. This is the whole secret of the Bhagavad Gita is in Karma Yoga, akarma and karma. So first is akarma in a lower sense is inaction. People who are tamasic, they're lazy, they don't want to do anything, try to postpone, you do it today, tomorrow we'll do, day after tomorrow. So that is all apathy, inaction. Those are the tamasic people. So everything postponed. Yeah, so kal karenge. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll never do. Whereas, like Kabir said, I always repeat. What is the famous thing? Kal kare to aaj karo. If you have to do tomorrow, do it today. Aaj kare to ab karo. If you have to do today, you do it now, because you never know when the Lord Yama is ready to snap his shot, because most of the photographers give you a warning, hey, I'll take a picture, be ready. But Swami says, Lord Yama won't tell, hey, be ready, he will take you when you may be sleeping or walking or in the car. So always be ready. So that is why you should very careful. So that is akarma, in action. But Lord Krishna says the highest kind of people is see akarma in karma and karma in akarma. That is the thing which it is difficult, it takes a long time to explain. So we all are involved in karma, but the jnanis, though they are doing karma, they are like akarma, they are not. Because we are involved in karma, we are bound. But when you see akarma in karma, then they are not bound, because effectively they are not working, because body, mind, intellect works, Atma never works. So that is the kind of thing, akarma. Here he is talking about inaction. That is the thing. You said you have question, Chiranjeevi?
In order to take the spiritual path, it is critical to see beyond the world of the body and mind. That is so difficult because the world feels very real with its pleasures and pains. What are some practical things we can do in our thoughts, words, and deeds to remember that what appears real is unreal, what appears as unreal is real? What are things I can start doing today to develop this attitude?
Yeah, this is very, very important, practical. Here also, there are some people who knows Telugu, they are here. This is what he says. Swami beautifully said, Yeddi kaladanu chuntimo, addi ledu. Yeddu ledani chuntimo, addi kaladu. Unnadokate daivambu yannatikini lenidayanu vishwambu kanare. What you think exists doesn't exist. We think all this exists. What you doesn't think exists, that is divinity. Won't realize what all exists is only divinity. That means every atom, every cell, every moment is permeated by God, because we are not able to see that. So then he gave the answer how to experience that. Swami gave an answer for that. First he said, what you think exists doesn't exist. What doesn't exist exists. And what all exists is God. You need to experience that. He was asking Kush how to do that. Kanula kagapadu drishyambu ganchi meru satyamani madinenchaka sambramamuna తెరను దాగిన సత్యంబు తెలుసుకొనగా విశ్రమింపక నాతోడి వెడలిరండు. Seeing all these things, what is happening, you think is real. If you want to know the truth which is behind the curtain, hold my hand, walk with me, and I will take you to the thing. So to experience that, we need to hold on to Swami's hand and walk with him. What does it mean, holding his hand and walk with him? He is physically not there. Means implicitly, completely follow his teachings. What is teaching? Simple 5 human values. Always be truthful, always be loving, don't hurt ahimsa, and then the practice and always be peaceful when you do that. and do everything in dharmic manner. So if you want to walk with him, you follow what he was the example. He was embodiment of love, compassion, and everything. So in daily things, for the answer to that question, be always connected to him. So in thought level, so every day get involved. What Swami should get in the prayers. Just communicate. You start in the morning, communicate with Lord. Use me as an instrument of your love today. The level of the thought, word, and do whatever I do, I should be there to please you. So always everything what we think, say, or do, we say, will Swami like this? Then so many things we won't do. We'll see what will be done. So that is the and same thing at the end of the day, prayer. Lord, the whole day I spent because you used me. Sometimes I didn't think about you, but really did I do what is right? If I did something wrong, what I can correct so that I'm better. So prayer, meditation, that is the way. And making the daily life work as worship. Whatever we do as an offering to God. That is what Sarva Karma Bhagavat Prityatam. Everything I do, walking, talking, eating, even taking shower, everything is an offering for God. So that is what the attitude we should have. We talked about before. In the morning, we all take shower. Hope I know some people don't, but most of the people they shower. When you are taking the shower, you chant Gayatri or what. That becomes not a shower; it becomes Abhishekam. Right? We all do that. And same thing when we are morning, you breakfast or lunch, whatever you eat, think of Paramatma, then it becomes you are offering Naivedyam to God, offering the food. When you are walking, just you are walking, think about Sai Ram or thing, that becomes a pradakshina. You are doing pradakshina around God. And whatever you talk, Lord, I offer to you, that becomes praising his glories and become him. And finally he says, when I'm going to sleep, there is samadhi. So I go into the thing where completely on your lap. So like that, every act, yajyat karma karoti tattat akilam shambho tavarathanam. Every act which we do, then continuous life is continuous prayer. There always you are connected. There is a practical way. It is not everybody can do what I talked about: morning prayer, do the meditation, the work you dedicate to God. So just you share. Then you are in communicate. Then you realize, hey, this is all a dream. The whole thing is a Swami says life is a dream, right? Realize it. So it is really a dream. So, but we think, but in the night, everybody thinks it is a dream, right? When they wake up in the morning, it is a dream. So, and a lot of bad things happen, good things happen. You got a lot of money, or you don't get upset in the morning. Oh, I got so much. You are don't excited and are depressed because it is a dream. But that is night dream. This is as much a dream what we are doing in the daytime. But we are not convinced. We think this is real. But the people who are enlightened souls like Ramana Maharshi, Vivekananda, Avatar, they know that this is also as much a dream. There was night dream. This is daydream. We daily wake up from the night dream, but we don't wake up from the daydream. So the day we wake up from the daydream, then the whole thing is unreal. The only truth we realize is divinity. That is the answer to his question. Yeah.
Sairam. So another way to also look at is the family and the service and the field wherever we're servicing. Also, this whole world, universe, is all given by divine. It's all Bhagavan. And we're not here to judge which is right or wrong. Just do the Swami's teachings, as you just said.
Yeah, right. That is important point. So first in the beginning you confine God to a temple, you go altar, worship, and that's good. But finally you should take him everything. So that's why in Vishnu Sahasranama, first two words itself give all the Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaro. That means this Vishnu, that means the Lord himself, or Vishnu, the all-pervading, omnipresent Lord, and Vishwam, that means this whole universe which is manifest, both are all are divinity. So you think God is somewhere, like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, is ignorance. God is here now with us, that is knowledge. Always think That is why Swami repeated said, I'm with you, above you, below you, behind you, before you, inside you, outside you. We should have that conviction he is divinity. The whole universe. One of the boys, Swami's students, once he was going with Swami in the car, Swami said, what do you want? Swami, I want to see God. Swami is there, but we want to see. Swami says, roll down the window of the car. That is God. So everything we see but don't see. That is the problem. But seeing it as God, that is the whole thing. We see at Pashyanna picha pashyatu mudho. That is a famous thing. You see, but you are not seeing. You're seeing it as a wrong thing. You are seeing it as the world, but really it is divinity. Once we experience that, those people are always bliss. So as I said last time, I said that Rudra Pashupati, whether he is in a waterfall, whether the wind is touching, whether seeing the sky or whether seeing the mountains, he feels that he is seeing the Lord himself, not a separate thing. So that kind of ultimate experience we should have. So that is seeing everything as God.
I think it's, we have the definition of Prakriti and Purusha. Basically, Prakriti is the manifestation of Purusha. So we have, even though it's sort of, there's the divine feminine, divine masculine aspect of it, it is all divine. So yeah, and then everything happens in this way that's very perfect. And there's nothing except divine energy that can.
Yeah, that is good. There's one thing is Shiva Shakti. That is why the beautiful Shiva Shakti Swarupa Swami we call. Everything is energy and then Purusha. That is the aspect of Brahman and this manifestation as Shakti. That is the thing. We need to see everything like that. Then our life will be joyful and peaceful. Otherwise, the whole thing, spirituality is nothing but the question of attitude. How same thing what you were looking before, now you look at a different angle as this is divine. Like we said last time, Rudram. So before somebody cheats, you get really mad. Somebody does that. Oh yeah, Lord Shiva is coming in this form and doing this. Lord cheats. So everything, every aspect of in life, what you come across, you look at it as manifestation of Rudra. That is what the beauty of Rudram is. Everything is that aspect of like you take a dog, you think it's a dog, but it says Ashwebyo, Ashwadi, horses, run people who are owners of the horses, dogs. Yes, everything is Lord Shiva. So like that, if you do, then everywhere you look around, this is only you see God. So there is, but it doesn't happen overnight. We need constant practice, constant. That is why Lord Krishna says, in addition to this Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Abhyasa Yoga. So many times he says constant abhyasena to kaunteya, like constantly practice, because our so many lifetimes we thought we are this body, mind, intellect. Overnight we say, hey, we are not your Atma. It doesn't sing that well. Repeatedly go on, telling, no, you are that, you are divine. So for that, lot of practice. That is why daily practice, reading scriptures and contact with the holy company, all this helps us go to that realization. Okay, so we'll continue next week. Right on.